Hello everybody and welcome to a spoiler video for the Feast of Hemlock Vale. That is the new expansion coming out in February, I believe, for the player cards. Yeah, in the future. In 2024. And we are here with some spoilers for you. We got 3 cards, 2 player cards, and 1 investigator backside.
Which is also a player card.
Which is also, yeah, technically by rules, a player card.
Yeah.
All thanks to Fantasy Flight, so thanks FFG for these cards. I have linked time codes if you just want to jump ahead and see the cards. You're not going to hurt my feelings. Don't worry about it. But I do ask if you do skip through. You've probably missed what I'm saying right now, but you should also like the video if you are going to skip through, just as a thank you for, you know, me looking a little bit cute today because I'm feeling a little bit good. Why don't we dive in with our first card here, which is a neutral card that's called Well Dressed. And you might be thinking this probably has to do with Parlay, and you'd be 100% right. This is a practiced fortune skill, commits for a wild, and while Well Dressed is commit to a skill test during a parlay action, it gains 3 wild. So it becomes a 4 wild promise of power, essentially, for only parlay actions.
Otherwise, it's just 1. So it is always useful.
Yeah, it is always committable. I have a bunch of parlay cards we can also talk about as we go through.
That's really good because I was going to say how good this is. Depends a lot on what parlay cards are available.
Yeah, so why don't we kind of go through this as we talk through and all that. It is also, I will say, I didn't include it because I realized at the end, but I knew it was going to come up anyway. It is practiced, so, you know, it does work for practice makes perfect. Yeah, and it is a wild that commits for practice makes perfect.
It's also a fortune, so, like, one certain investigator cannot play.
I guess that is true. Rex, remember, he's not well dressed.
Despite wearing, like, you know, a vest.
Yeah, no,
he doesn't actually have a coat.
No. All right.
You can't see in the art, but he's like it's just the front half of the thing.
It's actually just painted on.
Oh yeah, it's one of those. It's a vest T-shirt that he's wearing.
Yeah.
So I'm starting with cards from Hemlock Vale, and there's going to be more Hemlock Vale cards that we are going to be seeing that are going to work really well with this. The first one is Grift. It basically just ensures you're probably going to be getting 6 resources off of it. Is a 2-card combo to get 6 resources worth it? I don't really know.
The emergency cash scale says yes.
Yeah, I mean, it is 2 emergency caches on the emergency cash scale.
Yeah, but for only 1 action, so it is more efficient.
So this is one that you could use it with.
There's variants, though.
Yeah.
No.
Another one, this is a new one, another one from Hemlock Vale, a parlay where you get to use your your foot instead of your fist when you're shooting the gun that you play with False Surrender.
That might be pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty fair, though. Like, I don't ever think that a guy has a gun taped to the back of his suit jacket.
Yeah, that is true.
Like,
it is, yeah.
That's, yeah, I would not expect that.
Another one, this is just a blackmail file. Just, you know, this is probably, like, the idea was like, rogues don't have high brain. Well dressed can get there. I don't know if it's really applicable for it, but it's a parlay card from Hemlock Vale, so I wanted to include it. They believe you
more if you're wearing nice clothes.
It is true, exactly that. I mean, I also do appreciate the continued line of flavor from fine clothes to well dressed. It's all just like your clothes make parlay better.
Yep.
Some other cards now. We have Existential Riddle. This is a parlay, you know. Your hand size goes down, but it's going to give you additional ones to go through this as well. Makes it like less focused on just doing this one. Like if you're trying to get down to 0, you don't need to go as hard on it as an option. The Interrogate and the whatever the yellow one's called, I actually looked at it today. Persuasion, that's what it's called. Yeah. You can use it with those ones. But what I think, some spoilers for Carcosa Scenario 2 and Forgotten Age Scenario 1. I think that Well Dressed is actually kind of just like outside of Alessandra is like a tech card. It's like fine clothes. So like, you know, you bring it into the Last King and then you take it out when it's done. Another one that I think is really huge for Well Dressed is just more for Talking to Ishtaka for Scenario 1 of Forgotten Age.
Yeah, she'd be a little rough.
Ishtaka is a sucker for a nice coat, though.
She is, yeah.
Or, you know, a mink, whatever. That's called a stole, maybe? I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, because like when
I know what I'm talking about.
Hey, Russell.
When I go into Forgotten Age 1, in the back of my mind, I'm like, how do we deal with Ishtaka? And like if we, in our skills only run, this would have been in here for our starting decks for sure for Talking to Ishtaka.
It would be your deck as well. It's a wild icon, man. You only have so many cards you're allowed to play.
No, actually, no, there's a lot.
There's so many cards. If you can play red cards, you can. Yeah. You can dodge a wrench. You can
commit a skill to a card. Yeah,
skill to a test.
But yeah, to me, when I see Well Dressed, that's where, in my opinion, it really shines as a tech card for like parlay in. And I'm also going to wager, this is my cold shot, that the Hemlock Vale campaign is going to have a lot of parlay because it's a very humanoid-focused campaign.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of scenarios outside of the ones previously mentioned that like do have
parlays that just show up
on them, like that early Dunwich one that's got like you got to go talk to the guy, you got to shake him out of his stupor.
Oh yes, yeah.
Right? Like
House always wins.
This
definitely.
This kind of stuff does come up.
Just random things,
Yeah.
Just like throughout campaigns.
Yeah, definitely.
And if +4 doesn't like beat the test, then like I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have to be your test.
No.
You can be like, are you going out like that?
Yeah. Put this on. Yeah, 100%. That is true. Yeah. Yeah. Sweet. All right. Our next card that we have to spoil for all of you is Transmogrify. So this one's a little bit wild. This is a 1-cost Gambit Science event. You get to evade, and you may use your book instead of foot for this evasion attempt.
All right.
If you succeed and the enemy is non-elite, you attach Transmogrify to it. Attached enemy gains massive, cannot move. As a reaction, after you evade this enemy, discover a clue at its location. Hello, Russ. You knew it was the spoiler video, so you wanted to come and, join us. It's very kind of you.
It's kind of neat. It's like a nice with, it's like a Seeker Rogue Investigator can take advantage of that. Probably have high book and a high foot.
Yep, yeah, definitely. I mean, like, having another way to, like, on a high shroud location, you draw an enemy, and you're just like, I would like to get clues with against your 2 as opposed to the shroud of, like, 4 or 5.
Especially if you're going to evade it anyway.
Yep, yeah. And I do also like that it's continuing a different identity than, like, I've got a plan for Seeker enemy management, which is just, it's always there, but it's different, because we had, like, the Existential Riddle with the Aloof, and now we have Transmogrify, which is they just turn huge.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a neat card.
So I put ghouls here as just an example, as like one that's just from the core set. You can make the ghoul huge. But then I was thinking, it says non-elite enemy, so it's actually also just weakness removal. You can like...
I would not want to use it on a Cyber Detective, man.
No, but it doesn't move. So you draw it, you leave
well, you
it
could
there.
leave it behind, but yeah.
And then it's just like, it's gone. And you just like never have to see it again. If you're cycling through your deck, you can just lock your weakness on a location. Also, for something like Your Worst Nightmare, just there, like, you can't deal with it. Okay, I'll just evade it and leave, right?
Or the thing that follows.
Yeah, thing that follows as well. Yeah, that's where it got like really. I was like, okay, so this is actually kind of neat as like weakness management as well. But I think generally the card is pretty cool. I think it's fun, and I think it will see play.
Definitely neat.
Yeah, definitely. All right.
I think you'll see play just instead of intending to play every card again.
No. That's not happening. Oh, and then also, I have one more. Spoilers for the Innsmouth Conspiracy one, Scenario 1. You can actually just, like, nullify Deep One Bolt. You evade it, you just get out, and it'll never move again.
Yeah, but what if there's nowhere for you guys to go?
That would be a night. Well,
just you make him huge, and he keeps readying and engaging
everybody. Everyone's
You're like trapped in this pit with him. You like make him huge on the only location with air. You're just
like, what the hell? He's like, he's big.
Yeah, like, don't worry, I got this guy. I'll go last.
Yeah, he's got 2 foot. You can make him.
I mean, and also what's also pretty sweet as well is if you just evade it, make it big, it stands up. You also can just like shortcut out, and the enemy stays there too. Yeah, which is also kind of neat. Or just take an attack of opportunity.
Just eat an attack, yeah.
Just eat an attack. All right, next one here, our last spoiler card. We got Kate Winthrop. So
like half of it.
We got half of it. We got her backside to show all of you. So,
it's supposed to be a family-friendly video, Justin.
It is. Everyone's got a backside, even Kate Winthrop. So this is something that when I first was reading the spoiler cards, I made a whole video about it. Where for me, Kate Winthrop resonated as Seeker Rogue, as the rogue.
Full book, 4 foot, makes sense.
And also the cards that we saw, all the Succeed by, and I was like, I'm going to shoot my shot again. I'm going to say, I think that this is it. Well, I'm happy to tell everybody, I was wrong. So, Seeker 05, Science 04, and Insight 01. It's actually kind of cool. On our Discord, someone, I mean, I probably have it on other Discords too, but someone actually was like, I hope it's this. And I was like, you know what? That's exactly what it is. But I didn't tell them because that would be, I would have committed a crime. But
Yeah.
I have a bunch of
Kind of.
cards here to go
really.
through all these. With the I went with everything that was off color. So I did the off color science cards and the off color insight cards.
You don't want to talk about the 0 to 1 Seeker insights that she can play?
No, because she can play them for
Shit.
2 reasons.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
No, that makes sense, yeah.
So we've known this for a while, so we've talked about it. But Travis is the Resident Seeker. We've heard his opinion before, but what do you think of just generally of this deck building?
It's like kind of narrow. The insight cards level 0-1 is pretty neat. You get some decent stuff from other colors, but the science 0 to 4 with the card pool we have now is it's first aid.
Yeah, it's pretty much it's first aid.
It's first aid.
And no, I think there's one more.
Emergency aid?
Well,
Maybe?
I think it's emergency, but we'll see what else. I think there was one more that I was like,
I
oh,
thought it
that's
was just first
here.
aid.
I mean, I think anything with traits has the potential to be cool in the future, and there might be some science cards in like blue in this expansion that we're gonna see. I don't know, but
Or other colors.
or other colors.
Doesn't have
Yeah,
to be blue.
probably will be blue though. Probably
Could be no. The
could
blue
be survivor.
blue
Would
cards
you
can-
trust a survivor to do surgery on you?
No.
That's fair.
No, but I trust them
Like
to
I
do-
don't trust any of these guys to do surgery. on me.
I
Even the
send
one
them-
with a medical degree.
Yeah, this is
He's
true.
like,
He's a little
he's
bit
I'm gonna
like-
cut
fiend.
your fingers off, and you're like, I don't. That's not.
We're gonna give you a robot finger.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
No, please. All right, why don't we look at the cards here as we go through? Emergency aid. Yeah, there's the
Hey.
science. Healing damage. That's what a lot of science does. Like first aid 3. That's another science. That's not seekers because it means you can already play them anyway. And that's it. Now we're on to insights.
Yeah, not the most inspiring card pool there.
No, for science. But insights, this is a new one from Hemlock Vale. Resolve an action ability on a tool or weapon, as you control without paying its cost. There's a lot of tools that are in the expansion that I think are really neat, and just free actions is one of those things that you can do. We have Tinker, which is another insight from here. Attached to us in your play area, it takes up 1 fewer hand or accessory slot. Something that you can
pretty
do
neat.
to tinker with her gadgets and stuff like that.
Just have more things in play, yeah.
Yeah. At a crossroads, this is pretty.
This is like a good one.
It's
yeah.
actually legitimately really good card draw, and it's an insight, turns out. So that's something that you can access, albeit like Seekers does. They have
No.
really. They don't.
No.
I thought they did have. Do they have good card draw, or don't they? I thought they did.
It's not always very action efficient. You have to pay lots of experience for it to be not costing an action like this one. Kind of.
Yeah, this doesn't cost an action. You
It
just
costs someone
need
else an
that
action, which is
Yeah.
better, probably.
So also we got Delve Too Deep. She can go deep on the experience. Let's go, which is good because their card draw, as we just learned, was experience. It costs experience.
Yeah, no, you need that to
Yeah.
your cryptic ratings.
So it just gets there.
Cryptic research.
I mean, I also
Mixed
do
up.
love, once again, because like a lot of times you're playing this, you're like, hey, I'm the mystic. I have 5 brain. I'm not scared of anything.
Mm-hmm.
But she's like, I have 2 brain. I'm kind of scared, but I'm happy to be here. I'm
I
happy
got
to
4
still
book
do
and
this.
4 foot. I'm scared of a lot of things.
We got Drawn to the Flame. Copy paste what I just said about the encounter deck, but it is an insight. Yeah.
Yeah, you can play that one.
Eavesdrop.
This one's actually pretty neat.
It is, because she does have the high foot
Yeah.
that goes with it. Yep. I mean, burst clues, always nice. And this card is actually one that we even talked about being like better than we initially gave it credit for.
Yep.
This one and Followed. Yeah. But Follow's not an insight. So slow your roll.
Unfortunate.
We got Fortuitous Discovery, Travis.
That card's so sick.
This is one of the cards you can play all right. I'm trying to be positive, Justin.
Yeah.
No, this card is actually sweet though. I don't understand why they don't like it.
Like it's pretty. I think it's solid if you have ways to get into your discard pile. Like you're playing like Wendy or
like
Pete or something like that.
With an action.
Like to get other values for it. Like just discarding a card to have it in your discard pile is not really.
Yeah, but you
Good.
can just investigate.
Yeah, but you have to spend the card to investigate.
Yeah.
Bryn.
Yeah, you're right. But then the next one is a deduction.
Yeah, the next one just kind of like gets you the card back that you spent on this one, and then
Yeah.
the third,
And then the
third one is the one that's
like
actually valuable.
Upgraded deduction.
And you have
And
to
those are
spend
good things.
2 more resources.
Yeah, but like what are you doing with your money that is better than just getting clues?
Playing the 6 science cards in this expansion.
Well, maybe. Maybe.
How are you going to be able to afford all this money and these actions to investigate when you're spending your money on first aid and your actions to heal people? Man?
I don't know.
What are you doing with your...
I don't know.
All right, hear me out. Hear me out, okay? What about Travis? This is so bad, but just hear me out because this is the spoiler video where we speak with a bit more joy and life in us.
Yeah.
What about Scroll of Secrets 3? Putting them in the bin to skip that first part of it.
You don't get anything else out of your Scroll Secrets, huh?
Well, no, you draw cards from it, right? Because it's like a level 3 one where you look at 3, discard 1, put the other ones on top or into your hand.
Yeah, okay. No,
Yeah.
that's like not bad, yeah.
Me and Fortuitous Discovery,
that
we're
one.
not friends, but I mean, I do like it because, like, in Survivor, you don't, like, I find, like, it's tighter on resources, and in Seeker, they're kind of just, like, it's literally, they can't hold all these limes, but for resource tokens. So, but I don't know, still. But it's an insight, so she can play it. Next up, we got Nature of the Beast, another dilemma, and another one that's, pretty sick.
Yeah, this one's actually good.
Yeah.
I like this one.
Yeah. And I mean, like, it's perfect. So hear me out, okay? So she looks at the top 3. She grabs a clue. She grabs the enemy. She transmogrifies it. She's like, this is exactly what I wanted to do.
Lines up perfectly, man.
Lines up perfectly.
Something I do. Usually, when I play this one, I look at them and I give someone else one of the cards. And I'm like, here, you can have a clue from this location in exchange. And they're like,
They're like, what the hell, man? Yeah.
I didn't want that clue, though.
Do we have more insights? We do. We got Scene of the Crime. In combo with the card we just saw. Transmogrify it. Are we talking about a 4-card combo that's going to be killer? One of those cards is Kate Winthrop, by the way.
Ricky was crushed to death by a giant man.
No, this one's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Free
See the
clues.
cards.
Yeah.
Good card. Yeah.
And this is one that she's actually not committing. She's
Yeah.
like, yeah. She's like, unless she has a plan. The scene of the crime is that you touch the doorknob and you got electrocuted. Scout ahead. Just move 3 times.
Or 2 feet when you need it.
Or 2 feet when you need it. Yeah, she
Nice
does use her
flexible
feet.
card, yep.
Yeah. Stargazing, Travis. Stargazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. She can play it.
Yeah, she can.
She can.
There weren't any other purple insights we could talk about?
Well, I showed them. Delve Too Deep and Drawn to the Flame.
Were they all here? Is this all of them?
I don't know. Let's see. It's once it's over.
No, like was
that's
the
the last one.
No, there's like all the 0 to 1 insights currently printed that she can play?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I grabbed them all. I didn't skip any.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Not
Not
that I
Stargazing was there then.
I mean, maybe I skipped one because I was
You
like,
picked this over one of the other ones?
maybe, yeah. Well, because we were just talking about Stargazing and how much we love it.
We were. It's a feel-good card when it works out. It just doesn't always work out.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, like, I like trait in the ranking video where we ranked all the deck building. Traits was the one that we rated the highest. So I'm optimistic for the future of her.
It's still unfortunate. It's kind of similar to... It's actually very similar to Ursula.
Yes.
In like her deck building and her stat line. Yeah. But like the card, it looks so far like the science cards they're printing are more synergistic for her than the cards that were printed for Ursula.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, like, I was really sold, especially when Bryn said Rogue Scientist. Just, like, put no illicit on there, like Preston. I think it could have been really cool. But I love trade deck building, so I'm excited to see. But now everyone on the internet, I know you're going to do anyway. You have permission to be like, always hold it over my head that I called my shot, and I did it. I nailed it. I nailed it in the opposite direction. That's called being wrong, by the way. That's our video. Those are the spoiler cards that we got for Hemlock Vale. On this Saturday, I think, we're going to be doing another spoiler video roundup to talk about all the cards that have been spoiled so far. But thanks for watching. And again, huge thanks to FantastyFlightGames for sending us the card. Have a great one. And as always, GG's.